What's going on, guys? This is Raph from Between Two Forks, back again this week with a brand new knife video. Yes, I know. I'm supposed to be doing recipe videos, but I'm not, because I already had this knife on the goddamn shelf, so I'm going to be doing a knife video, but I promise I will be getting to the recipes. I made a promise to myself. And the promise is actually going to happen next week, because I bought this Okinawa black sugar, and I'm going to be doing a recipe video with it. So if you're interested or excited, just like I am, about what on what I'm going to be making with this Okinawa black sugar, stay tuned next week and you'll see what I'm going to be making with it. Before we get started, all this FTC, I'm going to have to say it. This knife is sent to me completely free of charge by Coolina, so thank you guys so much for sending the knife over for me to unbox and review and get a first impression out of. Like I said before, I do 100% completely honest reviews. Coolina knows this. I told them, very upfront with them, saying, hey, I do 100% honest reviews, so if there are any flaws with it or anything that I don't see fit, I'm saying that shit. So they knew what they're getting into, and they still sent me the knife, so thank you guys. I appreciate it. And for all of my viewers, if you think I'm getting paid to actually, do these unboxings, I don't get paid jack shit to do any of these unboxings. They just send me the product. That is it, because if I was getting paid, like I said before, I'd be driving a nicer car. So just to get that out there, you know what an unboxing is. This knife came in like this. Sorry I already opened this, but I never said this was an unbagging. It's supposed to be an unboxing. So it came wrapped like this in a fucking plastic bag, guys. This knife, on sale on their website, is $120. Okay? If I paid $120 and it came in a plastic bag and you don't even care to put it in a $2 box to protect another box, I'm kind of upset about it. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm being a little picky, but I would think that a box to ship a $120 knife is pretty standard, because if I ordered a Miyabi off of like Amazon, I know, I can't compare Amazon or some other big huge fucking retailer to Coolina, but still, I mean, I know you're trying to save some cost, but guys, a box would really help protect the product. Just saying, just putting that out there, okay? I know this sounds really brutal, but I have to say it, because that's not, that just seems very unprofessional. Anyhow, now let's go ahead and unbox this knife. Comes in a cardboard box. It was wrapped in a plastic thing. I had to check the knife because the thing was pretty beat up when I came in with it. Came in a plastic sleeve, little foam piece to keep things in together. It came in this cardboard sleeve to keep the knife in, and it also had two of these little tip protectors for the front and back. Now, and it also came with this nice little plastic sheath to keep your knife together, or keep your knife protected. I mean, do you guys really store your knives in drawers? Like, I don't know. I've never stored my knives in drawers, so people are like, yeah, if you store your knives in drawers, put it in a sheath. I don't store my fucking knives in a drawer. I store my knives on my wall. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so before we even move on, I have to say this shit, okay? This is called a Kirisuke. Not, Cleaver Damascus knife bullshit. No. Just call it what it is. This profile is called Kirisuke. If you're going to sell knives, at least call it the right profile. Okay? This is a Japanese Kirisuke profile. And traditionally, the Kirisuke doesn't have this hook back on it. I'm not a big fan of it, just holding onto the knife a couple of times. It kind of gets in the way. I can't really get a good, nice, pinch grip that I'm used to a pinch grip. I'm not sure if the Japanese use a pinch grip pretty often. I'm not familiar with their cutting style, but if I'm trying to get a pinch grip out of this gets in the way. The nice thing is that the choil hair is actually rounded off, so even if it does kind of get in the way a little bit, it's not like digging into your hand and hurting it. Okay, so there's that. So okay, it's called Kirisuke. Okay, I have a list here because this is the 10th fucking time I'm filming this, and I keep going off tangent and going off script, so I put a list together to keep my shit together. Now, before you order this knife or even consider ordering this knife, okay, you don't get to pick the color handle. You know, the color of the handle. There's several different options that you see on their website, but you don't get to pick it. You get randomly sent whatever they want to send you. Okay? I'm not a fan of that at all because I'm very particular about my knives, and gotta tell you, I don't even fucking like pink. I don't. So, if you're not, you know, if you don't like shit being randomly sent to you and you don't get to pick it, this might not be the knife for you. But if you don't really care, you just want a knife, then maybe this is something you can consider. But no, I don't like the you get sent a random color handle knife. Not my style. If I'm paying $120 for the knife, I want to be able to pick the fucking color of the handle. Maybe they just want to be, you know, spontaneous, and maybe you're more spontaneous than I am. Anyway, moving on. Now, let's talk a little bit about this blade material. This is something that, you know, I have reviewed a Coolina knife before. Several people have asked me, hey, you know, have you reviewed one of their Damascus knives before? No, but now I have. Now we have. We're doing this shit together. Now, they say that this is a VG10 core with a 67 layer stainless steel Damascus. From just looking at it, I'm questioning whether or not this is real Damascus, because even for real stainless Damascus, there is color variation in Damascus layers that you can see very visibly, and there are also some contradicting verbiage in their description. Right here, let's see. I had it pulled up. Here we go. They said the Damascus steel blade, this is directly from their website, the Damascus steel blade was artificially crafted by lens processing forging technique in a factory. What the fuck does any of that mean? I've never heard of lens processing forging technique before. I'm not an expert, but I've never heard of that shit before. From what I'm gleaming from this shit, lens processing probably means laser etching. That's what I'm you know, interpreting out of it. I could be wrong. Now, the only way I can truly test to see whether or not this is real Damascus is by grinding all of these patterns off and etching it in ferric chloride myself. I will be doing that. I will be going to go get some ferric chloride, and I will be putting in some elbow grease, grinding this pattern off, and testing whether or not this is real Damascus, because I don't like when people say something is Damascus. I hate that shit. You know, when someone sells you something saying it's one thing, but it's actually fucking fake shit. You know, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like I said, 100% honest reviews, guys. Because there are a lot of places that do laser etching on their blades and wanting to pass it off as Damascus. They call it Damascus, and then when you actually ask them, they're just like, oh yeah, it's just a laser etch pattern. Then it's not fucking Damascus. Don't call that shit. You know, that's not right. That's scammy to me. I don't like that shit. Okay? Now, I did reach out to Coolina. They did tell me that this is a 67 layer Damascus, so I am right now basing it off of their word. Sanmai with a VG10 core. Okay? VG10 is good shit. I like VG10. Talked about that. Blade profile talked about that. Blade profile is me just talking about the hook back right here. I'm not a big fan of it. I want to talk a little bit about the dimension of the handle. It's pretty standard. It's like a medium size Y handle. Probably give or take like a millimeter off or so. So yeah, there is a slight chip in the handle in the back of here. Like I said, $120. There's a chip on the handle, and some parts of it is not very smooth. Parts of the handle I can still kind of, like right here, I can kind of catch it on my fingernail a little bit. Like for I gotta tell you, man, like for $120, guys, I mean, I would expect the knife's fit and finish, especially something like this, like the Coolina Maha. When you guys, you know, someone was just like, hey, you know, knife is not supposed to be, you know, perfection. I understand that. That's why I called it the cast iron skillet knife. If you are interested in that review, go check it out. Again, 100% honest review. I hope you guys like it. But for a knife that is as refined as this one, I would expect everything to be kind of, you know, pretty tight. Okay? I would expect there, you know, a lot of, I don't know. I would expect a lot from a knife that I paid $120 for. I know in the knife world, that's not like a huge budget, but for most people, $120, that's a lot of fucking money. For me, that's a lot of money. So I wouldn't want to pay $120 for a knife that has, you know, bad fit and finish. Now let's see. At least the blade is straight. At least the blade is straight. Okay, guys. Hold on. Yep. We got a fucking problem here, guys. This handle and the blade is not fucking aligned. That's a huge deal breaker for me, man. That's a big fucking issue for me. Guys, yeah, I mean, this blade is completely cocked on one side. Like I said, I'm not a Japanese knife expert here, but I don't think the blade's not supposed to be aligned with the handle. Like, I don't think this is done on purpose. I think this is done because this was, you know, the lack of attention paid to the knife. If I paid $120 for a knife and the blade's not even aligned with the handle, I'd be pissed. I mean, I didn't pay for this knife and I'm fucking pissed. So imagine if you paid for this knife and this came like this. You'd be livid probably. But maybe not. Maybe you're just like, hey, you know, whoever floats your boat, man. Now, let's go ahead and talk about pricing. I know they sent me this knife for review, and for some people, maybe even to Coolina, this is considered, quote-unquote, a dick move. But I gotta tell you guys, I have seen this knife sold elsewhere for a lot cheaper. Okay? I hate to tell you where, because that also seems really wrong, because they sent me this knife. But I'm going to do it anyway, because at the end of the day, the viewer's best interest is what I have at heart. You know, I have you guys' interest at heart. So I'm going to tell you that you can find this fucking knife on eBay and Wish for like $50, guys. Free shipping with the plastic knife sheath. I'll show you. So, gotta tell you, I'm not sure if it's the exact same knife that they're selling, but it sure to hell looks like the same knife. Misaligned blade, the handle's chippy and not really well refined. I don't even know if this is real Damascus. $120. Dude, you can pick up a Miyabi, you can pick up a Global. You know, for all you Wurstoffs fans out there, you can pick up a Wurstoff if you want. Pick up a Kangshang if you want to. All really reputable knives. Very high quality. Very strict quality standards coming off of their line. That you won't have problems like this, like a misaligned handle. You won't have problems like that with like a Miyabi or any you know, big companies. You have to have very strict standards, and yeah, no, I wouldn't pay $120 for this knife. Like, just being honest with you, like I can't recommend paying $120 for this knife. You want to pay $50 for a VG10 core? You know, just to, you know, I mean, the knife looks cool. Okay, there's that. The knife looks cool. It's shiny. It's got a cool, colorful handle. Looks fucking cool. But that's really maybe about it. You know, I'm gonna go test out how sharp this is. So let's go ahead and test out how sharp it is. We'll at least give it that. Okay. Like I said, I mean, the knife is sharp, man. Like, I mean, look at that. I mean, the knife is very sharp. Oh, there's actually one part of this that I actually forgot to talk about. Is actually the Rockwell hardness of this knife. Now, with a VG10 core, guys, like VG10's normal Rockwell hardness, I would expect to see like 60, 61, or maybe sometimes a little higher. But this is only heat treated to like 59 Rockwell hardness plus or minus 2 per their website. I would actually like to see a VG10 heat treated to at least a 60. So yeah, I would like to see this heat treated a little higher. I'm not sure why they picked 59. That just seems odd because with a VG10 they're usually at least at a 60. Alright guys, so let's go ahead. The paper test passed without any issues, so the blade is very sharp, which is nice. A breath of fresh air, kind of. Of course, you can't go wrong with a tomato test. Alright. Sliced through cleanly, no issues whatsoever. Yes, sir.
What?
Gotta tell ya, that handle, that blade not being aligned, it's really making this a little more difficult. Damn it.
Oh.
Alright guys, so this wraps up the Coolina Cleaver Damascus knife. But I'm not going to keep calling it that. I'm just going to call it what it is. It is a Kitisuki. So, yeah, it's a Kitisuki, not some fucking cleaver. Does this look like a fucking cleaver? No, a cleaver doesn't even look anywhere close to this. No. Name it right, guys. Come on. If you guys are going to sell knives, at least name it right. Coolina, I'm sorry, the review is probably not what you guys are looking for. Like, the blade itself is sharp. The blade is decent quality with a VG10 core. Not sure about the Damascus part. But the fit and finish is just not great. It's not great. Not for $120. $50 maybe. But definitely not $120, guys. I feel like this was a swing and a miss, guys. Sorry, Coolina. Love ya. I'll see you guys next week. Oh, by the way, don't forget, I will have a new recipe video with the Okinawa Black Sugar. No, I'm not getting sponsored by Okinawa Black Sugar and this company. I bought this shit myself. So, hashtag not fucking sponsored, okay? Now, see you guys next week. Bye.